Hey everybody, this is the assignment for the improved Larson scanner. Basically, there's nothing to it. The code that I wrote for the first part of it is actually what I needed to do for this. Um, and what I did is I basically tied everything into an array. And this way, you can add as many lights as you want. So I started off with 4 lights in the other Larson scanner, and on this one, I added 4 more for a total of 8. You can add as many as your microcontroller can handle now, and it will run successively. And it was easy. So, like I said, basically we just pretty much, instead of using an array that has 4 things in it, we use an array that has 8 things in it, and we populated those with LEDs. So if you look here, I have a Boolean that says, the LED state. Right now we have it assigned to true. And then this is right underneath it is LED cycle. And that is your array. So what we do is we basically, when we set up the code, we're basically cycling through the array at setup. And we're outputting it. So we're going to output each one of these in succession. And then in our loop, basically, we say we start an integer off at 0, and that integer is called I. And as long as that integer is less than 8, we're going to increment it 1 time through the loop. And that is going to turn on and off that LED that is going to be cycled through the loop. And the way it works is it cycles through the position in the array of 0, which is, well, 1 to us, but 0 to a computer. And then once it's done with that, it goes to 1, then 2, all the way to 8. And then once it's out of that, we have another if statement that says if it's not true, if the LED state is not true, then we're going to do it backwards. So we're going to set integer I to 7, because if we set it to 8, it actually would blink that last light because it's registering it twice. So we set it to 7, or basically 8 minus 1. And then we count backwards. As long as I is greater than 0, then we're going to count backwards. And it just basically goes through that loop again, but backwards. And then the LED state at the bottom of the void loop here, at the main loop, I'm sorry, we flip-flop the LED states. And so we say if LED state equals not equal to LED state. So what it's basically saying is that if it's true, flip it to false. If it's false, flip it to true. And it works. And I will show you that code here in a second. Okay guys, so we come to the part of the video here where we're going to demonstrate what we just programmed and set up. So I have 8 lights in a row hooked up in succession to an Arduino Uno. I am running a 5-volt power source to the Arduino through the voltage in line and then grounding it. I actually made this power source myself out of an old computer, what do you want to call it? Power source, basically, I guess. And yeah, it works. It's pretty cool. So I got 3 volts, 5 volts, 12 volts, minus 12 volts. Pretty neat. Anyway, let's turn it on and see what happens here. Okay, so the Larson scanner is functioning like it's supposed to. All of the lights are running through in succession at about 1 second apiece. Pretty good. So this will conclude my my tutorial. Thank you. Have a good day.